Alright, what is up guys? So, the game room's not really ready for a full-on presented annual tour like a lot of people do, but I wanted to give a baseline tour because I want to do some videos showing building it out and what we're doing and changing, and I want to kind of fluidly evolve it as opposed to just once a year, hey, here's what's changed in the last year, because right now things are changing a lot. So this is going to be just kind of a not super in-depth, this is where we are and this is what I've got planned, and then we're going to kind of follow through that through this fall as we get stuff built out. So enjoy. Alright, so we start over here on this wall with the two Emerson 20-inch CRTs and my controller display. This is kind of the retro area for now. I have the Wii Mini, the NES 64, a bin for extra controllers down at the bottom. This is kind of where I said it's not really tour ready. There's a lot of wires and stuff is still kind of thrown together. I still need to get a power strip to be able to pull everything together here. Long term, I do plan on bringing in multiple power circuits into the room, but that's for whenever I actually decide to get my butt up into the crawl space and wire it in. But anyway, got stands from Rose Colored Gaming, got our Wii U pad, the Tears of the Kingdom Joy-Cons, GameCube controller, the Fire Red Switch controller, our Game Gear, our DMG Game Boy, which has the original box for it. The screen has issues. I've never messed with taking it apart. I need to at some point because it's most likely an easy fix. Paid 80 bucks for it a couple years ago. Basically the value of the empty box. It was a buy it now and I was more than happy to oblige. Got our Tears of the Kingdom Pro controller, our red Wii remote. I do plan on collecting the character remotes. I want to get at least 4 for the consoles so we can play multiplayer. 20th anniversary Xbox controller, Phantom Black, the Halo 4 controller, the Horizon 5 controller, and our NES controller. This is already, as you can see, full, and I have expansion plans because I have more to go into it. Above it we have our minifigure case, and then a couple of MLB The Show hats. And then that gets into the main kind of display area. We have the new Ecto 1, the Up House, the Peugeot 9X8, which, because of how much Forza I play, I do tie into a gaming thing, but that's my personal opinion. Just some random stuff for storage. Down here, these are Bellagio Atelier binders. It's where most of the DVD collection went. When I needed space, I put the cases in storage and left the discs. Because I have over 600 DVDs and most of them I don't ever watch, but they're not really worth enough to get rid of. And I do not care for Netflix or anything. The only thing I have is Disney Plus for the kids. I prefer to have a physical copy because then I can't just wake up one day and it's disappeared from the service because 2 people wanted to be greedy over a copyright and now it's whatever. So, because then a lot of times those actually end up disappearing entirely and you can't do anything but buy the physical. I haven't decided how I'm going to clean all this up yet. I almost kind of want to build a shadow box to hide all the wires in, but I don't know how that's going to go. 2 VCRs on the floor along with the 4K Blu-ray player that I lost the remote for. We have our working 360 Slim, switch, 4K and 1080 switches, or AV switches. Got a gigabit switch that the Series X plugs into, and the Series X. I picked up a 8 gig Wii U for really ridiculously cheap. I was watching them on eBay, and the 32 gig models were selling upwards of 200 a piece, and I watched several lots go for 300 that really were not anywhere worth that, maybe 180, 200 at most. People just keep bidding these up like crazy, and it's amazing. My local shop had this for $115, and I grabbed it immediately because for whatever reason these are starting to go through the roof. Don't know why. Over here we have proof that I do actually try to vacuum a 64 gig Zelda themed switch card that I need to get on the wall. 70-inch LG 4K TV. Up top we have our box collection. We've got the Animal Crossing Monopoly, the NES Challenge set, the Destroy All Humans backpack, the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom collector's boxes. We've got Bowser's Castle boss battle, a couple Starlink boxes, some Jada die-cast. There's the box for the Game Boy. We've got the Black Series Jedi Master Luke, a couple pop figures, some random stuff that I don't really have anywhere else to put, and then we have our big old crypto up here scaring the children. Coming down here we have our first kind of shadow box with the Halo 4 360. It works, however the disc tray does not stay closed. I need to drop it off at a local shop that does repairs. I just haven't gotten around to doing it because I don't really need it. Some Skylanders figures and a portal, a couple mini arcades that will be moved out of there once I get some more shelves up. Happy Meal Peach, the Arwing Oddworld statue, the amiibo statues that you saw the videos on, some loose amiibos, this $10 arcade portable thing that I actually bought at Walmart. And they're not just on AliExpress, they're also on Walmart. I got super lucky with this. I just happened to see, actually on The Verge had it, that 64 controllers were back in stock, so I grabbed one of those. Collecting Switch is one of my focuses right now because I have a feeling that with the lower print runs that they've done, once Nintendo discontinues the Switch, prices are going to start to skyrocket. So I'm trying to get everything that I can now because, you know, you look at GameCube and we went back up and then started falling, and now Wii U has started going up. And the thing with N64, GameCube, and Wii U was that the consoles didn't sell very well. But with Switch, the console has sold extremely well, but Nintendo has kept print runs small, trying to force people to buy digital or entice people to buy digital. So it's really uncharted territory because there's a ton of Wii games and a ton of Wii consoles, but there's not a lot of Switch games. I mean, you think about it, you go into Best Buy, Target, really only Walmart has a decent amount of Switch games. Most everybody just never has a very large selection, and you kind of forget that it's been out for 6 years because it just feels like nobody really has games for it. And I have a sneaky feeling that once they retire it, prices are just going to skyrocket. So I'm trying to get what I can now. We have our Steelbook for Tears of the Kingdom and our Mario Brothers Blu-ray because I could not find the Steelbook anywhere, even trying at 8 a.m. when Best Buy opened, even trying at 3 a.m. and midnight, and yeah, it was gone. I never had a shot at it. And then that's just miscellaneous storage down there. Now these, I have 2 of the HomePod minis, and they worked great for my audio. However, for whatever reason, they will randomly start talking, and they will randomly start playing explicit heavy metal. Not tied to my phone. Like, I have no idea where it's coming from. Like, that video, I think it was the Pickups video that I recently did, where you can hear something just start talking. It's the HomePods, and I have no idea why. So those are currently unplugged and disconnected until I can figure that out. I am more and more going away from everything smart home and smart connected because I'm really getting less and less comfortable with kind of the stuff in it. Up top, the lights, I used to have Govee lights, but those started popping up as just Shenzhen device, and these are way cheaper. So I just switched it out to traditional rope lights. I'd rather pick up a nice sound bar and use that, or even get a old 5.1 receiver and some speakers and just keep Wi-Fi out of it, because I really am not comfortable with how those are just randomly talking and none of my connected devices to it can tell me why or where it's coming from. So, okay, enough of a rant. Over here we have 3 of our arcade 1-ups, Galaga, Space Invaders, and Pac-Man, along with stools. For these, I need to get lighted marquees. They've been on the list for a while, I just haven't spent the money on it, but that's on our list. Back here we have my 2 title belts, a bunch of Starlink figures that I got for about $1.50 a piece at a Goodwill, miscellaneous action figures, controller boxes, complete set of the 30th anniversary Mighty Morphin Power Rangers figures. Not games, but part of my childhood, and those are something that I was very glad to all get for retail and not have to pay eBay prices for. Even though eBay prices haven't been too terrible, there have been some people that have been wishful thinking, but that's about it. The Ultimate Elf, which I waited forever for, finally got him. The Luminaries Sting is a big one that's awesome to have. A bunch of just random wrestling figures up top that I kind of need to dig back into the totes of figures and get some more out of. So in here, this was never a closet since we bought it. The previous owner had their TV in it, and so I converted it to hold media. And it works great. It's out of the way. There's nothing underneath here. Like if you go into the garage, it's just is open underneath, so I don't really want to put too much weight in it. Even though I'm sure it's cantilevered in and it doesn't sag or anything, but I don't want to put too much weight in it. So media storage is good for it. It'll be more than capable of handling that. Got some random stuff up top, comic book holders, the Genie, the Xbox box that I really need to get out at some point. And then we've got the current collection. I am still working on cataloging. This stuff is all in. I'm working on cataloging PC Big Box. I'm just under 200 by the time it's all done. I'll probably be around 220 or so for everything. 360 is the biggest at 80. It's one of the main ones that I collect for, though right now I'm collecting for Wii, Wii U, and Switch primarily. I've got most of my must-haves on 360. It's just kind of what I find cheap. And then the rest of it is the DVDs that we watch the most often, those held out. And then games that need to be put into a pickups video, and then start of the PC games as I work through getting them added into the archive and the catalog and all of that. Along with Record Crate and Big Santa that was left here when we bought it. A couple Skylanders figures that I need to get a stapler to put back together, and then that holds random cords to keep cords clean. These are the 2 newer ones. These says the Blitz and X-Men arcades. I got good deals on these, and I'm super happy to have them. X-Men, I played the original arcade game when I was a kid. It is still every bit as hard as I remember it, so hopefully I'll get better at it. Blitz, there's not a whole lot to say with it. Still super happy to have it. I would love to get an original one, but you know, those are $4 or $5 grand, and that's not, I don't really have a place to put them. I'm not getting them up the stairs into this place, so that's down the road. You know, we get famous, who knows. Our seating is a couch that has 2 powered recliners in it. Neither one works right now, so I'm probably going to, I've got to kind of button up, put zip ties on this and kind of button it up, and then we'll get a storage ottoman. But that's a heck of a profile picture right there. And then back in this corner we have another couch, pass through to the kitchen. sports card collection. The City Connect jersey celebrating 7/15 junior jersey. So, and then this goes into my computer with autographed Jack Nicklaus flag and an autographed Nolan Ryan baseball. So I think this corner I want to make the retro corner. I have another 6-cube organizer that I want to, that will hold the second TV, so we'll have Nintendo on one and Sega and Sony on the other. And I think I want to do it in this corner. So one of the videos will be moving the sports card cases probably to the hallway, and then we'll move the desk over to the other side and we'll kind of flip some stuff around and we'll build our retro corner. Now I am going to put shelves above here and above these two arcades for more controller and handheld displays. So those just seem to keep multiplying. So that's the room, but let's show you after dark before we wrap it up. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. That is our baseline tour. It's already pretty cool, but I look around, it's like, that's going to be so cool when it's done, that's going to be so cool when it's done. You know, I gotta grab another rope light to bring it around the front. I've got one light on the Ecto that I don't have anywhere to plug it in, so I want to, the nice thing about this paneling is, like, eventually the paneling would come down, so I don't worry about, I don't have to worry about drywall because the paneling will just hold. I can screw into the paneling, so I don't really need wall anchors unless I'm putting a lot of weight on it. But the other thing is I can do about whatever I want to it, because once we rip it down and put drywall in, you know, then it's set in stone. So I'm gonna put an outlet up behind here, and then we'll plug the rope light into it and run it off the switch. And then I'll probably do a double switch, and then for the case lights, but you know, that's kind of ahead of ourselves. First thing in that area is going to be getting an outlet in the floor for like middle light and that kind of stuff, so I don't have cords on the floor. But you know, it's a work in progress and it's coming along really well, and I'm really happy with it. Ceiling too, we took tiles down to make sure they're not asbestos. They're not. So at some point, rip the ceiling down and re-drywall it, finish it, paint it, and then it'll be done. So, you know, eventually when we get to the point that we're able to either like add on or do somewhere bigger, because eventually I'm going to outgrow this space, then there's a plan to finish this room into a living space. But for right now, we're just kind of building it out, and we can do whatever we want. So thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.